to the third installment of the Hawks Nest podcast. I am joined by two guys from RIT. You could introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Ben. I'm the RIT manager.
I'm RIT.
And as usual, I'm Checko and
I'm Tunes, of
got my
course.
boy Tunes.
Captain Humber Cod.
Just gonna start off by just having them tell us about themselves. You know, who are you? What makes you you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Starting off deep.
I did not give these guys the topics ahead of time because I want natural answers.
So, like, us in terms of esports and RIT COD, or
Just
like life?
okay. RIT COD. RIT COD. RIT COD.
All right. So I'm the manager. Really don't have much to do directly with players and them playing. That's more up to our captain Mark. But I handle setting up events, doing events like this with Checko, and just the big picture overall.
Play Call of Duty for RIT. I've been here since season 1.
Nice. How did you get to like this position you're in right now? Like sitting at a Humber podcast, like where did how did this come to be?
So we drove up here.
Okay.
From
From the beginning, not from like the start of today.
The beginning, I think, what was it? Maybe the second week into the season, and it was like, we got to start doing LAN. This is our year to like start doing stuff with other schools. And so I think I reached out to you on Discord.
Yep.
Hey, let's set up just a way to come up to Toronto, because like we've done that before, but
Yeah.
not with you guys.
I think like we were waiting for the
Yeah.
schedule to see like when the perfect time is because we could just play the CCL match by then.
And I think
Yeah.
what was it? The Toronto Ultra was planning to have their home series the following weekend, so
Mhm.
we were already planning around this time during our spring break. So like, it just worked out perfect.
Yeah.
Actually, set
Yeah. I'm glad it's working out, you know. Finally get to see the boys in
Yeah, for
real
sure,
life. I want to talk about like how we started like season 1. Humber didn't
Yeah.
know who RIT was and like who RIT is, you know what I'm saying? So I think it all began like with Joker. I think Joker reached out to one of you guys, or like could like correct me if I'm wrong, for like a scrim.
You might have reached out to one of our.
Cause I know
I
like
don't know.
you were our first scrim.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, maybe no. It was Mark. Reached out to Mark.
Oh,
Because this
okay.
was when Mark.
Oh,
started up.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like it was cool cuz like we were both trash teams.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Like if I started with the roster that won the season, I feel like none of us would be like where we are, like in this room. You know, cuz like you guys would be like losers, shitters, trash.
Wow, that hurt.
All
I'm just
We're gonna
kidding.
be live streaming the match later.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are. We are.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, like I thought it was really cool cuz we scrimmed you and like you guys weren't the best. Like it was like this is when Joker was still like part. Like we were running through you guys. And then Marco would like vent to me. Like I didn't know
Yeah.
Marco and he'd be like, "Dude, we're just bad. Like we need a scrim, like we need to
Yeah.
practice." I'm like, "Yeah, you guys are fine." Like
Well, we took players that had no
yeah.
experience,
Mhm.
like at all. Scrim was probably one of our actual scrims.
Mhm. Yeah. It's crazy like how just like a small thing like that. And then like when yeah, exactly. Like you like if you told me last year is like, "Yo, RIT will be like your boys start of season 2." I wouldn't have believed it, to be honest. Mhm.
Said.
Kind of bad. Yeah.
Kind of bad. We were. We're not afraid to admit that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with like college esports though.
I think Brandon's mic's not working. Is it
Sometimes
picking up
cutting
anything?
out. Yeah. Yeah, our streaming equipment is like pretty bad. That
Should
we're
I-
using new
Should I
ones.
just move this here? Yeah.
Yeah, just
you guys
share
can
a mic.
one, yeah.
It's just not. Oh, okay.
Is that better?
Yeah,
probably
just
a
like-
bit
yeah, just
closer,
like-
yeah.
Pull like a queen and just like basically lick the mic, but don't lick it.
The
Yeah.
coronavirus.
Yeah, it's Corona time.
Corona,
Yeah.
it's
Corona
Corona time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you just have to be close.
Is
like
this
speak,
better? Is
Just like
everyone
speak
watching?
up. Alright, just share the mic. It's
Yeah.
fine.
All right. We'll
Yeah.
just share
Yeah,
it.
just share it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Wait,
no big deal.
he just said good, but like, is that good for Brandon?
Good. Yes.
Okay, it's on. All right, you just gotta talk. Just
Yeah,
talk
talking.
loud
Just
and
gotta
then
be-
close to
All
it.
right, yeah.
Talk louder and closer, it seems.
Oh,
Almost hit him in the face.
almost nailed him.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, none of this would be possible without our tech guy, David. I forgot to do it at the
Yeah,
start.
Shout out to
Yeah,
David.
shout out David,
I
as
did at the
always.
start of last one. I forgot to do it this one. I feel bad. But yeah, like I just like how like we've grown like you build relationships,
Right.
especially with college esports.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Where what was I saying before? Oh yeah, like with collegiate esports, you're forced to play with like people.
Yeah.
Like it's tryouts and it's not like I want this person. Oh, he goes to a different school. I can't play with him. Like in a sense, you're forced to play with certain people,
Yep.
and sometimes you
both
get
within
lucky
your
and
own
they're
school,
good.
too.
Yeah,
Like the only people I think that knew each other, even last year and then into this year,
to be
was
closer.
me and Brandon in
Yeah.
high school,
Yeah.
and then like everyone else didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
And like even then, I didn't really even know Brandon.
Right. Like we weren't that close in high school because he graduated a year before me. Right. And then I came to RIT with only knowing like 2 or 3 people on the campus, and I knew that you attended RIT.
Yeah.
But once I found out, like once I was trying out for the team and everything, and then I found out that he was gonna be my manager, I was like, yo, that's crazy. I went to
Yeah.
high school with this kid.
Mhm.
Like, what are the
That's crazy.
chances?
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
speaking of which, like, how did you become like the manager? Did you just like you saw RIT COD and you're like,
No.
I want to be a
RIT content
manager?
exists.
Oh, so you like
No.
created it?
Well, yeah, me and Marco started it. So what had happened was I wanted to get involved in esports just because that's what I've always wanted to do is gaming and anything like that. And so I went to our director and I was like, hey, how do I get involved? He's like, well, first of all, I want to start doing console esports because we don't have any of that. And I was like, okay, cool. So maybe like sports ones or whatnot because I wasn't really thinking about Call of Duty. And then I wanted to get involved with events, so he sent me to the community team. As I started talking with the community team, they're like, we should get you hooked up with Marco because he's going to start a Call of Duty team.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, bet. Like, I'm down for Call of Duty. I haven't played since Black Ops 1, but let's go for it. And it was Black Ops 4.
Damn.
So it was a while, but ever since like I started talking with Marco, we just started like, okay, put out flyers. We
Mhm.
started like creating a structure and.
So Marco
room-
like gave you a lot of logistics then.
yeah. he
So
really did
because
help
he's
start.
really knowledgeable in
Yeah.
esports, like he knows a lot.
yeah.
So
And then halfway through the season, he just stepped back and we just took
Yeah.
off from there.
you got really lucky with a guy like Marco.
Right.
Yeah.
With me, like at the
Especially-
start, it was like sort of because my president at the time, like he didn't understand anything,
Oh, right.
so I was sort of like trying to learn on my own. But like Kevin and Jeff really helped me out
Yeah.
Mhm.
with understanding some
And
things.
it really helped that Marco like was working with the CCL.
Bro, just tell us, it's not a big deal.
Oh.
Yeah, just speaking to the mic.
alright.
Yeah, I'm not looking at tunes because of it. I feel bad.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about
They
it.
just gotta rotate like this.
Ostracized tunes.
But yeah, like going on to the manager thing, like how is it working with Ben?
I don't know, it was really-
afterwards.
It's really simple. Like he just was like, all right, guys, we're gonna be doing this, and then I would show up and do whatever it was he was
Oh,
doing.
okay.
So I don't know, Ben, like I can't give this man enough credit. He's done a ton of work for us and like setting up all these things. Like for me, if you were telling me like that I'd be here right now, like we were kind of talking about last year, I wouldn't believe you because of how drastically different our teams are now
Mhm.
and how different like the organization is and how much more large it is and involved. So yeah, Ben, he's done a great job so far. So
How about
Thanks,
me?
man.
Gas me up, tunes, or just like shoot me down.
I don't know. Dante's been doing a great job for Call of Duty. Like he pretty much made it what it is. Without him, we probably wouldn't even have a team right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, helped me get my scholarship, which so I'm always
Oh,
grateful
yeah.
for him about
How
that.
much was that?
1,500.
Oh my god.
ooh,
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
More esports.
For esports.
wow.
I just want to be known like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
That
pretty
is
awesome. Yeah.
I was like, cause like I think I was a runner up for it,
Mm-hmm.
but like I was telling myself like if I get this, like I have 2 more years to compete for one. Like I would have
Yeah.
probably just given it to Tunes, honestly, because it's like this guy's last year. You know, he's probably done just as much.
Wait, you're
Mhm.
graduating this year?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
yeah. I'm
He's-
old.
He's probably done just as
I'm
much
gonna
for
suck next year. Let's go.
dude. I
I
don't
don't know about that one.
bro, I don't know how
Probably be better.
we're gonna be a good team, but I don't know how managing it is gonna be because Tunes
Yeah.
like he just cooperates.
So you plan on
Mhm.
managing next year too?
I'm gonna manage
yeah.
until I graduate most likely, because this is like experience I want.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, especially with Call of Duty, I want to try to stay in the field.
Right.
But yeah, how about paperwork? Isn't it fun?
Paperwork
Yeah.
sucks. That's actually not
Yeah.
that bad. It's
It blows.
it only takes a couple minutes, but
Yeah. No,
that's not a big deal for me.
our community guy in here who's in charge of paperwork, he's right here just laughing at him. No, shout out to Kevin as well. Cool guy. But yeah, I feel like sometimes I could make life hard for them because
Mhm.
I need like chats to be active and they only use Twitter.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh.
guys, go to Discord, download the Word file, and then resend it. You know,
Mhm.
because they
Preach.
don't use Discord.
No, it's good now because if we don't fill out the forms, Dante can't use the computer. So if he like starts getting mad at us, we just don't fill them out, and he can't use
Yeah,
anything. He
it's-
just gets suspended.
So troll. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah, we have PlayStations now. We have
Yeah.
some guys in North that might want to play on them.
I would say you guys were lacking behind there because we got PlayStations first, but you guys got pros and we have
Yeah, we
slims.
got. Oh yeah, you guys probably can't even plug in mix amps because
No,
No, you
no.
can't now.
yeah,
No.
shit, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely helps us though, just at
Mhm.
least having something to use.
No, for sure. Yeah.
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 How about like your experience with managers? Like, what about your experience with like working with your college, Ben?
It's all over the place to be honest. Like it's great though. It's cool to be like, you're the manager of the team. You have your team and then you're the one that's like helping represent that team and actually making things happen. So yeah. Oh, is this better? Okay. So like so the way I work is I'm the one that like voices what the team wants to do or and then like reaches out to different people throughout the school. Like it could be anyone that's like a director at another like part of our school, like for different programs or different student ran things. And then I also talk with the administration team of the esports club. And then I go to the esports director, Chad. So like, yeah.
So it's like you're doing like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. With me, like working with the college is like it's more just I want to do something. All right, I'll ask if I could do it by asking Kevin, Jackie, and Jeff, and then they take care of the rest.
Mm.
Like there's some things like getting the team to Volan. Like at first it was like I want to go to Volan, and then
Yeah.
like Kevin and David were like that's not happening. And I'm like let's just try, and they were like looking like on that spot. They were like let's look up flights, let's look up like bus rides,
Mm-hmm.
and then like you need to write a proposal and like make sure it's like thorough and you have like
Right.
a lot of prices and whatnot. So that was like one of the things I was really excited to work on because like it was more like I get to work with Humber as a college
Mm-hmm.
sort of because like they're using my proposal instead of their proposal.
Yeah.
But like working with the college, it's not really my job, you know.
Mm.
Like it gets annoying when because like you like they want like I want full transparency.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want, all right, can we get like scuff controllers? And they're like, all right, when we get them, we'll tell you. It's like, no, like if we get declined or if like we sent in a proposal or if we did this, just
Mhm.
tell me. So like I don't keep my hopes up or my hopes down. I just want to be like, I just want to know. And at the
Right.
start of the year, it wasn't really like that. So it was sort of annoying at the start. Like we did like a whole meeting with them, like telling the issues and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like it's like I like how we have not really I guess a board, like because that's what they are. They're like a board of people like coordinators
Mm-hmm.
who listen instead of like you have a complaint and they're like, it's we like what we're doing now,
Mhm.
you know. So because they listen and like we got like because especially at the start of like Humber Esports, there were a lot of like it was not good. It was
Yeah.
there wasn't favoritism, but there was like some teams
yeah.
below others, some
Right.
teams below others. So
Do you feel like your program is more student ran or is it more like now that you have directors and
no, it's
staff?
faculty.
It's more
Like one of the
faculty-ran?
faculty is a student. Like
Oh.
Kevin's a student. Yeah, he's in my
Okay.
program first year. Yeah,
Really?
but he's getting paid. Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
he's getting
I
that
wish.
money.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's since we're like a club, it's all student ran and then
Mhm.
one faculty advisor.
Yeah.
We're hoping that's gonna change soon, but
No.
like
The more schools see and like RT has profit. Like
Right.
your
Yeah.
Dota team is crazy,
Yeah.
yeah.
right? So like I don't see why they wouldn't
And our
want to
Hearthstone team, they won.
Yeah,
they
and
won
Hearthstone.
this last
They're
semester.
Like
both
20,000
national
bucks,
champs or
right?
something. Like, yeah.
like 20,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, like RIT as a school should notice. Like
Right.
we have a profit. Let's invest some money into like faculty so
Mhm.
we can run it better. But you guys are doing good as students.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
you like nominate people?
Yeah, we do voting.
Yeah.
It's like voting and all that.
So
I'm honestly surprised, like, how well it's run just student ran. I couldn't believe the depth of it once I was like really into it.
yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
It's really cool. How about you? Have you ever like went behind my back and talked to Kevin or anything?
Oh no.
No, you've
No.
never like worked with
Nope.
Humber. Damn,
Nope. Always straight to you.
it's crazy. I remember when he made like a different Twitter group chat for like scheduling matches. I was a little cheese. I'm like, nah, this can't happen because
So
like
when you mean like you guys only communicate through Twitter,
Yeah.
you mean like
Twitter DMs. That's all we communicate through.
how? Why?
Because we're COD kids, bro.
Everyone's always on Twitter, so it's
Yeah.
just like makes
Call
sense.
it like
Twitter does make sense.
yeah,
It's
true. Like you guys have gamers on your team. You're
Right.
not Call of Duty players.
Okay.
My guys are COD players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Twitter is huge for COD.
Twitter
I
is
feel that.
like you probably like. I'm assuming everybody on your team plays other games. Like I
Yeah.
could be wrong, but like if you're like an AM or a local in the Call of Duty scene,
Mhm.
you're using Twitter. Like you're on Twitter most of the day,
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just easier to make a Twitter DM.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But so when Tunes made a separate one for scheduling, I'm like, this is not good. Like, I like from my perspective, it's if I get them annoyed, they're going to a different DM and they're going to complain
Mm.
instead of coming to me and just complaining.
Yeah.
You know, so when I saw that, I'm like, Tunes, we can't use that. And then I went like I told them about it. I'm like if you have like the Twitter DM muted or anything, like this is not like
And I told him, piss off, and now we still use it.
it's whatever. Like as long as like at the end of the day, if they have an issue, they come to me about it.
Yeah.
They could do whatever they want. Because I know like you can't just flood one group chat. That it makes sense to make a second one. But at the
Yeah.
start, I was like freaking out.
Well, we pretty much just made it because I just put like the 5 starters in because our other group chat has like
Everybody.
our subs, Dante, and like they talk in it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just easier to see like, oh, like can we play at 8 p.m. on Wednesday? And it's just the people that are going to be playing, and they can just see the message so it doesn't get lost. And they just reply like, yeah, I can play. Yeah, I can't play. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
So it just makes life a lot easier.
Yeah. No, it gets tough because like I would add Cushpoint in the group chat
Mhm.
and I'd say like, you good to come on Saturday? And then Louis, Crozier, Tunes, like they start talking and then that message
It's
is
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
he's not going to scroll up. So I have to like constantly ask. So it makes sense. But at
Yeah.
the start, I was like freaking out.
That's the same thing. Even with Discord, like
Mhm.
it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But like your Discord is like popping.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like you guys are super
Shout
active
out
on
to
it.
Trevor, Jason, and who else helped
Yeah.
set that up? Like we got bot commands now
Mhm.
for like all sorts of different things. Mark does like weekly or daily like set up a scrim like, hey, react with this time. Can you scrim today?
Mhm.
And like it's active. Like
Yeah.
people,
No,
everyone's
you
in there
guys
every day.
you guys do a good job at it. Like I
Way
look
better
at
than it
that.
was
and-
last year.
Oh my god.
yeah, and then I go to the Humber Con Discord. Last message 1 month ago,
Oh.
and it's just like
Yeah.
But it's like then again, the people joining are gamers. They're not
You're
COD
right.
players.
Yep.
You know, the COD players that want to talk, literally, like they don't even DM me on Discord. Like if they know I have a Twitter, they're gonna follow me on Twitter and DM me through Twitter.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, your boys were just having an argument about chicken parm
On Twitter.
Twitter.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it gets annoying because like Kevin would try to talk to the team, and I'd be like, gotta run it through me. I gotta tell him on Twitter. You know,
Yeah.
because like if he added them in the Discord, I'd go to the Twitter and I'd be like, all right, guys, go respond to Kevin, give him a thumbs up, something, just acknowledge that you read it to him, you
Mhm.
know? So like that's the only thing that gets really annoying with like working with Twitter,
players.
with COD players.
Yeah.
But like, especially like good ones.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they just like, because they're doing their own thing. Like, Cushpoint's playing the 1K today, most likely. So he's like, can you give me a setup at Humber and then I'll come play there. If not, like I have to play at home until I get eliminated. So I'm probably gonna like get him a quick setup so he
I
can
was
play.
talking to him last night. I don't think he's playing.
Yeah, but if he
But-
does, like I have to do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So I told him like, play at home as long as you can, and then when I need you here, like there will be a setup here for you if you have to play at
So
Humber.
when Cushpoint does these like tournaments or these 1Ks, does he do it as representing Humber
No.
COD or just by
He's
himself?
just-
He just plays with like random people.
That's
Yeah.
but that's like another thing with playing with Humber COD, I guess, because I don't like they don't play together outside of the CCL.
Hmm.
It gets annoying because it's like
Tunes nodding over there like
yeah,
yo.
no, it gets
Mm.
like I have a picture like a screenshot on my phone, and it's like Toronto announcing their challenger event,
Yeah.
and then Dior, Cushpoint, and Tunes responding. Dior and Cushpoint are like team of like if a team of 4 needs me, hit me up.
Oh,
Cushpoint, if a team of 4 needs me,
wow.
hit me up. And then Tunes, me and Stevie are looking for a team, and I'm like, there's 4 of you right there. Just team up and play.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know, like
It's like a lot of like politics. Like it's a where the Toronto scene is like very like tight knit, and there's a lot of like Toronto local like tournaments.
Mhm.
So even though we're all on the same like college team, not necessarily we would actually like play with each other at these local tournaments, because we all still have like our own like little like cliques of friends that we usually play with.
Right.
So like for example, like D'Angelo or Dior, like I've never played like a tournament with them. Like I've played one with Steve, Cush Point, never played with them like on LAN or whatever. It's just like everyone has their own like set group of friends that they like going to these tournaments with and think they can win with, and just doesn't happen to be like all of the Humber boys all in one team.
I'm praying one day it happens. Like there's one guy coming next year who's like really passionate about this stuff.
Right.
Like he hit me up in high school. He's like, I'm gonna come to Humber. Like
2 years ago, that wouldn't have happened.
no,
Like, that's
honestly,
amazing.
it probably wouldn't have. But it's like, even he's like, you think I could get a scholarship? And I'm like, oh, there, buddy.
Settle down.
I'll ask.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I have some things that I have in mind for next year, because we have to top this year. Like every year has to be better than the previous.
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
And this year we're going to Volan.
Mhm.
Like we're getting funded to Volan. How am I going to top that? You know.
Go
So
to Challenger Series as a team.
as a team,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to see. Like I have some things in store. Like even if it's not going to events,
Mhm.
like I still want like money invested into us. As long as like we're being invested into, I think we're making improvements, right?
Yeah.
So I'll talk to Jackie about it. I told her later in the year that I want to talk about that stuff. Oh yeah, we have to get new copies of COD. Man, you got like $75,000 in equipment just downstairs. I think COD is enough. But yeah, like Jackie was telling me, she's like, your wish list was literally just $75 for the CCO.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's
Yeah,
like,
it's not much.
we got you 5 PlayStations and you're going to Volan. And I'm like, you guys delivered, you know?
Right.
That's more than I asked for.
Hey, RT Esports, can we get money for gas to go up to Humber? No? Damn.
Yeah, it's tough, but it's also like thanks to Jeff,
Mhm.
because I know Jeff took my proposal and like he probably zhuzhed it up a bit, you know, which I'm perfectly fine with. Like I know he did, because he didn't use the Airbnb that I requested,
Yeah.
Mm.
you know, which is perfectly fine. Like if he knows he can improve a proposal, go ahead,
Yeah.
because of that we're now going to Volan,
Right.
you know, so I'm perfectly fine with that. Did we go on a tangent? What were we talking about?
I don't remember.
I don't know. But this is
Not
good.
sure. It was
Yeah.
good though.
Yeah.
All right. So
Why?
next topic.
What's next?
New
one?
topic.
Yeah.
Why are we all in esports?
Brandon, you start this one off.
I love Call of Duty. I don't know. I like to
Yeah.
just play video games.
More of a player. Like,
Yeah.
do you see like a career outside of being a player, or are you just gonna go into the field that you're studying in?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if things take off. It'll take off, but obviously school comes first.
Yeah,
And I'm trying to get a degree. You know, to always have that as a backup plan. But if I could play Call of Duty and make a living, that would be incredible.
no,
And,
for sure.
You know,
I'm thinking more of like, I'm doing Call of Duty esports now. The field I'm studying could transfer into esports. Would I want to pursue a career in esports with the field that I know? Would you think that, or are you just like, I'll play for the next year or so, and then when I graduate, I had a good time, let me do my 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I hear you. I would love to like get involved in esports, but my field really isn't involved so much into it.
okay.
It's just like database stuff.
No, I feel
So
you.
it's like completely out of left field.
Wait, dude,
But
esports is a database.
I guess you're right. I could definitely find some organization or
Yeah,
something
for
like
sure.
that. But
I'm hearing people that have like history majors or communications majors.
Oh,
Well, communications makes sense, but English majors,
yeah.
like, whoa.
We just have to go turn on the lights.
Okay.
Everybody,
Oh,
welcome.
it gets dark on.
Welcome to the Humber ASMR.
But anyway, just people with like all these different like majors that just like
Yeah,
get into the field.
for sure. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
on a tangent here. Last year in class, like I was in game programming,
Yeah.
and he's like, somebody in Roman history got hired by Ubisoft for Assassin's Creed,
oh wow.
so they could be historically accurate. Like, if a helmet was used in X time versus X time, we need to use the one in the proper time frame.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I know that's not esports, but that's video games.
Right.
Who would have thought a historian would be in a game or like
Mhm.
helping with a game? So I feel like this, like the game community, like esports, you could do almost
Got,
anything.
Yeah.
like medicine now getting involved
Yeah.
in it, like both mental and physical health. Like,
Mhm.
It's crazy. So
It's
Yeah.
probably just so much stuff that I just don't know about.
yeah, for sure. Like each
So-
team has a website. If
Yeah.
you're doing like IT website building,
Mhm.
you could go there, help build the website. It's small things like that. So I feel like there's a path to esports in almost anything. Like
Right.
even HVAC. Like if they have a player house,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they
Right.
need plumbing, they need all that stuff. That's not really, hey, I'm the 100 Thieves plumber. You know,
Yeah,
it doesn't work that way, but
But you need it.
yeah, they need it.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely does apply. Like it gives them jobs. That was a little tangent. What were we saying? Oh yeah. What about
jobs
you?
in esports?
Yeah. What job do you want to? You were telling me you wanted to do.
So I'm currently doing my startup company of building a gaming lounge. So just basically a place for people to go play on purpose-built gaming computers, and a facility where like you don't have to like set up your own PS4 and have to carry your monitor around. So that's one thing that I really want to like start. That's how I want to get into it.
Yeah. A lot of places do it wrong.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
Like I could name some in Toronto that I've had issues with. Where like I walk in there and it's like very unorganized, and even running locals there is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, we just went to a tournament how many weeks ago? Like 3?
Probably 3 weeks now. Yeah.
And like we had to pay to get in.
Yeah.
And then we had to bring our own stuff, including monitors, and it took 2 hours for them to set up the power and Ethernet, like and we paid to get in. Like,
it's annoying because I know there's some things where it's like if I go to a place and I'm like I want to run a tournament, there will be profit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If like as somebody who's like, oh, I hear profit, why would I want to charge people who clearly don't have money like $3,000 to rent out a place? Because now there's no profit.
Yeah.
You should say, all right, give me a percentage of what you're making. Because then everybody wins. Like you don't make as much money, I guess, but it's like if somebody goes there for the first time and they're like, they only ask for a percentage. They let us rent it for free. You're getting like 20 more people coming. I want to run this turn. I want to run that. Now you're making a profit because you're doing something the community wants.
Yep.
You know, and that's how I look at it. But I would love to get a piece of that, you know, because my dad, he's like, he walked into a place called Waves E Gaming, but nobody calls it E Gaming. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So we walked into Waves and he's like, why don't you do something like this? Go on like Steals, rent out a warehouse. And I'm like, Dad, you know how much money I need in order to do that? Because it's not just going to be like, oh, running a Toronto local, we have PlayStations. Like, no, if I want a business, I got to buy this equipment, this computers, these chairs.
And like, you can't just rent PS4s or PCs cost effectively.
You need a lot of investors, or you need to invest yourself into it's just too much for me, at least. Like when I get stressed, I retreat, bro. I talk to nobody, you know? So yeah, it's whatever. I don't think Tunes wants to get into esports.
Nah.
It's more
not really. Like if I could, it'd be cool, but like realistically, it's probably not gonna happen. But we'll see.
Oh yeah, job at Humber.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
depending
cool.
on
what do you want to do as a job though.
I'm not 100% sure yet, honestly.
You graduate this year.
I know, and it's scary. It's scary.
Aren't you going to Sheridan though?
Yeah, I'm going back to school in September, but not at Humber, but I'm going back to school for 2 years. And I'm taking marketing. I'm thinking I want to do something in the marketing field. I kind of figured that out like last year, and it was kind of too late to like flip it and be like, hey, like I'm gonna like take 2 years back and do another 3 years. So it's like, okay, like I'll finish my degree in management studies for business and like get my Bachelor of Commerce or whatever. But yeah, probably something with marketing that could be easily taken into esports, but like right now it's kind of like project management and like stuff like that, and like obviously that's in esports, but I don't know, we'll see where it takes me. Yeah
I don't even like, I remember Ben asked me, he's like, what do you want to do? I said I have no clue. Like I'm first year for the third year in a row. I'm worried about making it to my second year. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been switching programs so much, but like I feel like I found what I wanted to, like what I want to go into, and like the program I'm in now like will really help me. But now I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. You know, like because I'm not gonna say I'm doing everything, but I'm not doing a specific thing. You know, like I'm running social media, I'm managing a team, I'm like trying to get my team to like I'm just doing a lot. So it's not oh, I'm going into this field to do this, because I'm going into esports to do X, because I don't know what I'm good at yet. I'm just like trying to learn myself.
And I think that's like the same thing with me. Like I don't have a lot of experience in like the field that I'm going into yet. just because I'm graduating. And I did my internship. I was like a project manager for the summer or whatever. But yeah, like I don't have a lot of experience, so I don't really know what I'm good at yet. So I'll have to figure that out, like when I graduate
tough,
and get a couple jobs, and
It is tough.
You get
find
out
out
of,
what field I
like,
want
you
to
get
work
out
in.
of high school, going to college, and then you just have to know what you're doing. It's like
Right.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Like I know some people in my program who are like 26,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's like it's not a bad idea. Like
Mhm.
they saved up a lot of money.
Yeah.
And now they're going to school because they finally figured out what they wanted to do instead of going out of high school, going into a program they don't like, wasting money, dropping out, and then doing what the 26-year-old guys are doing.
Right.
Right. So
Like RIT like forces you to get like a job for like a semester or more
Mhm.
before you graduate, so that
Yeah.
that way you have that real experience.
mhm.
Yeah.
Like, are you planning on getting a co-op this summer?
Not this summer.
Not this summer.
Third year, yeah.
Oh, true.
Mhm.
So that's like what Humber did. I had to do like a certain amount of hours. I think it was like 350 hours
Okay, yeah,
throughout
yeah.
the summer. I think last summer.
Is that like
So
12 weeks or something?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
4 months, 3 months, something like that. 40 hours a week.
Oh.
So I worked like over the 350 hours or whatever,
Mhm.
but yeah, I worked at like Bell, which is like the sponsor of
awesome.
Toronto Ultra.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
Mhm.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
That's like
hope,
your Verizon, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like Verizon. Yeah.
yeah, I have an idea of what I want to do as a co-op, and like networking today is going to be important for it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you should
We'll
definitely be
see.
talking to the general manager.
yeah, definitely. So we'll see. That's like all the logistics and like esports stuff I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
How's your season looking? I remember like 6 weeks in, you guys were 5-0, tweeting it out. Right once you tweeted, you started losing matches, and I was like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's when we started going up against Carleton. Like,
go
I think-
closer to the mic.
Like we went up against Carleton. I think that was our first. Was that our first loss? Or no, UMD was our first loss.
UMD was our first loss.
And then
It's
Carleton.
close though.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you losing to some teams. Like I'm like, oh, they lost to NJIT. So at first I was
that
like,
was a bad.
That was
day
just
to
a
play,
bad day
though.
for everybody.
oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody was just exhausted.
Damn.
And we just had to play it because I don't think we wanted to push that off to the bye week. Because
Mhm.
like, or not the bye week, the remake week.
Yeah,
'Cause,
catch-up
like,
week.
because we already have one.
yeah, and
Yeah.
we don't want to be stressed out having to worry about that.
Like
during that
4
week.
games in
Yeah.
a week.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think we have one.
Nope.
No, I don't
We're all
think
caught up.
LVC is the only
LVC,
one.
we're gonna play them
but-
this week
yeah.
though.
Speaking of NJIT, they took you guys to round 11 on search.
Yeah. Tunes,
Yeah,
Tunes did
talk
not
about
do good
that.
that
I'm
map.
kind of curious.
No, it was just search and destroy. Like when
Just search. but-
when the boys go up against a team that's not like top 5, they're like, oh, we could run around and shoot our shits, and it's just like sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes like some teams are coordinated. So
Yeah.
like, oh, thank God for Stevie that map. You know, like
Yeah.
I was watching and Steven was carrying. He had like 14 kills by the end of it.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
But it's
I
like
you didn't live stream that. I was
Mm-mm.
hyped, but
I was sick, so
Yeah.
I didn't feel like really
yeah.
Mhm.
throwing on my webcam and being all
Mhm.
greasy. So
it's a lot of work though too to like make sure the stream actually worked.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I was in like my
So-
PJs, like not
Yeah.
wearing a shirt. Like I was just like I don't want to do
Yeah.
this. So
that's whatever.
but yeah, no. I think our main problem with S&D, especially when we play like teams like towards the bottom, is just people just don't take it like serious enough. Like in the
Yeah.
respawn game modes, you can kind of just like get away with like outgunning the other teams, but in
Right.
S&D, it's like if a team is like somewhat coordinated and has like setups, like you can't just like run around and like hit a
Yeah.
lane and expect to like kill everyone. So
that was
like,
exactly our problem. That's why we lost, was because like we went in too confident, because the few matches before, like our search was really clean and we were
Mhm.
like 6-2ing teams, 6-1ing teams, but then we went in like way too confident and we're just channeling stuff we just shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
And
yeah.
you know, we
I
were
remember the
losing,
first like 3
so.
rounds, like Cushman was getting blooded because he would just run.
yeah, he
Right.
And
was
like
sprinting.
Louis was like, I don't know what that guy was doing. like he just was not playing smart that map.
Yeah, we were playing with Dylan and Louis, right?
Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was.
What
not
was the
good.
map?
What was the map? Gunrunner.
Yeah.
Gunrunner.
Yeah.
We
We've
got
been
playing with
6-5 on
Gunrunner search.
2 Gunrunners.
Yeah, Gunrunner is definitely not our S&D. Like it's definitely.
Yeah,
not.
Alright, good
we
to
went
know.
6-5 against Rutgers on that map, and then 6-5 against
jeez.
NJ.
Wait,
We-
Rutgers Scarlet though, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the good
yeah.
one. Yeah.
They're a pretty good team though.
No,
Yeah, they are,
they're
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
When we
yeah,
played them, they
The
weren't that
only
good.
one to
but-
take a map off you, right? Or-
No, it was Penn State White.
it was
it's
Penn State White
Oh,
because
okay.
it was S&D Ramaz.
S&D
there.
Ramaz. I didn't even know where the bomb sites were.
Oh,
Like
gee.
I was like,
Yeah.
where am I going?
Yeah.
And they just like smoked us 6-3. But
And it's like you expect like Kush Point and Figure to like command because they have like a lot of experience because like 2Ks and 1Ks, and they were just like you give them the commander role and they just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, Kush Point always wants to say he's like the commander of like our team. He had like free range of telling us what to do on that map, and he didn't say like anything. So like his privileges are revoked from calling strats. Like even if I don't know the map, I'm just gonna say some random.
If you don't go into like each round with a plan, it just falls apart immediately.
Yeah, we're like splitting up. We're spread across the whole map, and like just.
It was definitely hard to watch. I'm like, oh, we lost the map. We're gonna like Steven, he's like, bro, we lose a map. It's whatever. And then like they play NJIT, and I hop in the call after the S&D, and he's like, if we lose a map, we're gonna go in like some heat. And I'm like, yeah, we cannot lose a map, especially like as Humber College. You know?
CCL kids don't take it easy.
Dude, it's just so funny because like all the CCL kids like were like, oh, Humber lost a map. I'm like, bro, it was an S&D.
It was S&D.
Like the second week, and 3 of us hadn't even played the map.
Like,
so like,
if you looked at the respawns, any respawn in any series is like they're blowouts. The S&Ds are close because there's no coordination.
Yeah.
And like you can't run around in S&D with people like pre-aiming corners and doors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And like I guess like people don't understand. Like they understand the game. I guess they don't understand it enough. I don't know what to tell you. Guess whatever. Like
I mean, but you guys are still doing fantastic.
Yeah, right.
Last year,
you lost a map.
Yeah, we lost.
We're like 29-1 map count or something like that.
Right.
Like 32-1 or something like that.
Last year we were losing. Like we almost lost to Iowa. You know, and nobody said anything there. But it's like we're losing maps to like one map.
Like game 5 versus Iowa.
Yeah.
Well,
Game
now
5.
we got like serious power rankings. We can see on the nice website like all these different like
stats and stuff.
Like, it's cool. And now you get to really see where teams are like
struggling,
if they're good or if they're not.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's real though. Like, it's like
it's hard to
not
say.
the power rankings, but like the like actually seeing like the matches that teams played.
Yeah.
Like
no,
that's
I
helpful.
understand that, but like I was talking to Gentry, and I'm like, if you guys make playoffs, like playing in playoffs is different than playing in season.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're an 8th seed, it doesn't matter. You could still take out a 1st seed. What happened to CCL Emerald last year? Like they were what, like 19-0 in the season or whatever, however many games they needed to play.
Or something.
They were undefeated during
The
like
season.
like division play, and then they lose to U of T of all teams. You know, U of T was very like
lackluster.
there were issues like behind the scenes as well, and they still like played well. They got 3rd place in the CCL, so it's like playoffs is a different story.
Right.
Yeah, it's a different breed, and I think those maps that are 6-5 in like the regular season for us aren't going to be 6-5s in playoffs. Like everyone's going to actually like settle down and take it serious, like 100% serious.
Even if we lose the CCL, I hope CCL ends before TESPA. Because then we'll have a good idea of how these teams play after playing them for the first time. We go into the TESPA League with more knowledge as well.
Yeah. How many teams are in like the TESPA League?
12.
12?
There's 12 in it, and I think like top 8 or top 6 go through.
How many of them aren't in the CCO?
10.
10 of them? Oh, so
No.
we only have
No,
two.
that's not true.
Maybe 9 or 7.
You think?
Yeah.
No, a lot of them are in the CCL.
No, a lot of them are Xbox kids. And
Oh,
PC
really?
kids.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just controller plug-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think you guys are going to make playoffs?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you guys should make playoffs.
8th seed, 7th seed, 6th seed.
I don't know what seed we are right now.
We're
up
6
there
right now, I think, or 5
That's proper.
after our last game. Yeah.
That's proper.
Yeah.
What because you probably have a better understanding of teams in the Northeast division. Because like I asked my guys and they say I don't know.
Right.
So like what? Who do you think is going to make playoffs for Northeast?
Rutgers Scarlet for sure.
Yeah.
They're nasty. Tespa Carleton's pretty good.
Yep. UMD.
UMD's pretty good. Beatable though.
Penn State
Very
White.
beatable.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Yeah. They're really
I don't
good.
know about Penn State Blue. Like I've heard mixed things about them. I actually haven't even seen them play.
I don't know.
Let me bring it up. Like I keep talking, but I can bring it up on my phone.
Us and then LVC, right? Or did we say that?
No, we didn't say LVC.
Yeah, LVC.
How many teams is that?
That's 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then one more and then us.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you guys, obviously.
Yeah.
So our series against Penn State Blue was 250-37,
Dang.
6-3, and then 218-139 in Dom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They weren't very good.
There you go.
All right.
Less than 50 in hardpoint.
I think York was like 32 points
Yeah.
too.
We played York and FLCC on the same day.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think in hard points we only had 60 points scored against us all together.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that FLCC match though. You guys, it was like 250 to
Like 34.
It's like
Yeah.
really low.
Yeah, it was really low.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, but I remember like what Rob show was like, I'll gift you subs if you drop a 40.
Oh yeah.
Full, bro.
Yeah.
And
I
then you were trying so
I was
hard.
trying so hard, and Stevie's like, I'm killing everyone. I'm like, dude, stop killing everyone.
I could get money.
And he's like literally laughing at me. He's like, you suck so much.
It's hilarious.
Shout out to FLCC though. Like we did a LAN with them. Like they
I seen
came
that,
to
yeah.
us to play, and like that was really cool.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
to like start building up that connection of like actually meeting the people
For
you
sure,
play against.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's like in a sense it's bigger than just like winning.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, it's all connections.
Like
right?
we knew going into it we were gonna 3-0 them.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
But like it's just like we invited them there, and like the relationship you build with like
the players
Yeah.
and the staff and all that stuff. Yeah,
I think
it's important.
more,
Yeah,
more teams should definitely like network themselves.
yes.
Yeah.
Because like
100%.
you could get big as an esport, but it's like if like let's say Humber and RIT, like we were all like 1K followers and whatever, we have
Mhm.
our own communities.
Mm-hmm.
Once we like link up, like communities combine, like we get a bigger following.
You're right.
And the more you do that with more schools, it's just like people realize, okay, college esports is
Yeah.
big.
And you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
high schoolers reaching out to you
Yeah.
now.
I had
Like-
one, but yeah.
Oh, you had one.
It was sick, though. It
I've
was
had a
sick.
couple already. Like it's cool.
yeah, it is really cool. Yeah, Yeah.
But like I tell the high schoolers, it's like, don't come to Humber thinking you're gonna be on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
even if I know who you are in the local scene,
Yeah.
explore your options and then
Yeah.
contact those schools as well. See how their esports is.
yeah. Well,
Mhm.
yeah. Like, don't pick
Don't pick
a
Humber
school
because we have a
based
COD team.
on like what teams they have,
Yeah,
because like
for sure.
you want to do what's best for you and long term success. So like
Right.
you don't want to just pick Humber because
Academics first.
yeah, you want to pick like an academic school first. So like just because Humber has like the number 2 or number 1 COD team or whatever,
Yeah.
you don't want to pick them over like let's say like U of T that is like the best school in Canada pretty much,
Yeah.
and it's like the 3rd best or 4th best COD team, or they don't have a COD team.
They
this
don't even
year,
have
so,
a
don't
COD
have
team.
COD team.
Yeah.
So,
Which was
like-
actually surprising. I remember they were really good last year. I don't know
They're-
what happened there, but
They're
like,
coming today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 4 out of the 5.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe I'll play. But yeah,
Okay.
like one of the players on the team is teaming with Asus. So that'll give you some information.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Kevin, do you know how to like end the stream? Or do we have to wait for David? Okay. Don't end it now. I'm just saying cuz like I don't want to like have you go running around for David to see how to end. I just wanted to know in advance. Yeah, we're close. We have to start setting up for this LAN soon in like
Oh,
10
true.
minutes. Mhm. Okay,
Okay.
awesome. Anything you guys want to like ask me?
Yeah, ask
Is there-
us.
Is there any more on the list though that we
No, I
talked
think
about?
the
or
list is done.
what do we want to ask Humber?
Hey, you can ask us anything.
Yeah.
Kind of put on the spot. I wish I prepared some
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, I didn't think of this honestly.
Yeah.
I put myself on the spot to be honest. Oh yeah, Kevin.
Yeah.
We could ask Kevin something. He'd have to come onto the podcast.
When did you
though.
start, Kevin?
Yeah, jump on the mic.
come grab my mic over here.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a chair here?
Backside.
Yeah, go get a chair, Tunes.
Guest appearances.
Hello, Kevin.
Thanks,
How are
Derek.
you? Say hello to the stream.
Wish you were here, dog.
Hello, hello. All right, so I started about 2 years ago as a volunteer first. That was essentially just when Humber Esports was starting to hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, our side was started by faculty first, so there was a lot of faculty meetings beforehand. I wasn't part of that when I wasn't faculty yet. But then once it started announcing like, hey, we want to get this going, we're telling students about it now, who wants to like pitch in and help? And I was like, yeah, sure. What do you want me to do? What can I do? Went from there, volunteering for a while, and then eventually they're like, holy shoot, you're doing like full-time amount of hours. Let's
Yeah.
try and get you paid for this. And it worked.
Nice.
And
Right.
then getting paid.
I remember
Yeah.
Aaron from the league team. He was telling us how like Kevin wrote an insane proposal or something in order to have esports started. Like, is that right?
I've just continuously written docs. Like,
Yeah,
I've
like-
probably written hundreds
like-
of pages.
Like
worth of
Aaron, he's
docs.
like, yeah, Kevin was showing me like when he was in game programming, he's like he deserves what he's doing because of that stuff. And it's like I sort of like I can believe it. Kevin wants docs for everything.
I showed these guys here
Yeah.
as well, like some of the paperwork that I've done. Like the code of conduct I wrote myself is
The
like
player
9 pages.
contract kind of thing too.
That yep, same thing. All like single
Yeah.
space, small font, legal style writing.
Insane, dude.
Not my specialty, but I was like, well,
It
if
looks
this
good.
needs to be done,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do research and make it happen.
Yeah.
It looked
Hope-
really good.
Thanks,
Hopefully,
yeah.
hopefully Kevin can learn how to write contracts. That'll be fun.
We'll get there.
Yeah, easily. Once money starts rolling in and scholarships start coming through for playing, contracts need to be done. Like you can't just give somebody a contract and say, "All right, do what you want." It's like no, they got to be signed to something.
Yeah.
Do we want to also talk about what we're doing today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we could talk
Yeah.
about that. You could talk about that.
I mean, you put
All right, so our Humber is having a showcase with like RIT, U of T, and York, and it was gonna start off as a small like little land thing, do team scrims, just show off each team, and then Jackie had the idea of like contacting Toronto Ultra, and I'm like, sure. In my head, I'm like, they're not gonna come, so I'm like, sure. And then they start going back and forth with Jackie, like asking how many people, and then Jackie's starting to say like, oh yeah, 70 people, and in my head, I'm like, that's not right. Like it's gonna be like maybe 25, 30.
Yeah.
So it's like we can't give them like false information, and then
Yeah.
so I'm like slowly like starting to overthink shit. I'm like, oh, they're gonna come, gonna be bad first impression.
Apparently,
all that
Jackie
stuff.
did announce a lower number.
Yeah, she
but
corrected
then-
herself.
Yeah, no, she initially announced the lower number, but then from the other side, they bumped it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. So then I was like, yeah, it's not gonna like. I told her worst case like 15 people,
Mm-hmm.
not even.
All right, you brought 8 alone.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like worst case 15, RIT and Humber. That's it,
Yeah.
right? But like it ended up like working out.
Yeah.
Like Toronto Ultra's like, yeah, like what time do you think we should come? And I was like, oh, this is serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we ought like everything's right. Like they're coming today at like 5 o'clock.
I mean, the
Dominique-
case really is just don't undersell yourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I undersell ourselves. Like
Yeah.
my
you do.
wish list was $75. You know, I could have asked for more, but it's like
Right.
I undersell because it's like it's hard to explain like my thought process on things. But it's like if I ask for too much and don't get something, I'll be sad,
Right.
Yeah.
and I don't like being sad. You
Yeah.
know, so it's more like I'll undersell, be happy with what I'm getting, like be content because I
Mhm.
know like the more you work at something, the more you're gonna get it.
Right.
So it's whatever if they don't come, because next year we'll just try for it again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, but
But-
they're coming, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh my god, like it's gonna be bad because I'm thinking in my head because I'm underselling to myself. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be scuffed. Like land doesn't work. They're gonna come. We're gonna be like,
Well, that's why it's good it's small though,
yeah,
right?
for sure, for
Mhm.
sure. If it was like something bigger, it would have been really, really terrifying. At least for me. Like
Yeah.
I'm like yesterday, I was like, oh, this is not gonna be good. Maybe we should chalk it. And I'm like I'm telling myself to relax. Like I
Yeah,
slept,
right.
I slept nicely though, so we're good.
Nice.
Mhm.
But yeah, so they're coming. They're bringing Brack, Mayhem, and Kleenex, which is cool. I'd like to talk to Kleenex, see how his journey was.
Mhm.
You know, because he came from an AM team, right?
Wow.
So he just got picked up, and then Mayhem knows Tunes, so it's fun.
And Jackie knows Mayhem very well.
Yeah, and Jackie knows Mayhem.
Tunes, how do you know Mayhem?
He's gone to like local tournaments before, and like I've just like
Oh,
hung
okay.
out with him, talked to him, like played a couple games with him and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Earlier you said there was like a lot of local tournaments. Like
Yeah.
there's none of that in Rochester.
Yeah, that barely
Yeah.
exists around.
I mean,
It's scale of city, I want to say.
Yeah.
Toronto at the end of the
Yeah.
day is still a very big city. Like our population is about 6-7 million.
Yeah.
I don't think Rochester is near that.
No,
it's
no, no.
200,000.
Okay,
If I
yeah.
could, if I could chime in, it's like we call it Toronto locals, but it's more Greater Toronto area locals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like cities in the radius of like Toronto. Like
Yeah.
there's a
Gotcha.
you know. So we have people coming from like Rexdale, Richmond Hill, like Brampton, all that.
Mhm.
Like Illy came from Brampton. He didn't come from Toronto, but like he'll say he came from Toronto.
I
Because
see.
if you tell an American, yeah, I came from X city, they're gonna be
Mhm.
like, where's that?
Yeah.
You'd be like, Toronto. Oh, Toronto. You know,
Mhm.
so we just like we call it Toronto locals because they know what a
Yeah.
Toronto local is,
Mhm.
but it's more Greater Toronto area local. Yeah. So like the GTA is huge, and that's why like our local scene is so tightly knit.
Mhm.
Because we have one guy, like shout out Brother Jammer, who does a really good job at running locals.
Right.
And because of him, and I guess other people, because were there people before him that did locals?
Oh, yeah.
So like the people before him, like it's just because of that, I feel like Toronto is such a like nice tight knit.
Mhm.
It's a good community. Like there's toxicity here and there, but I feel like it's more
You're gonna get
banter than
that.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll get that like anywhere you go though.
Yeah, pretty much. And like I was saying earlier, like everyone has their own kind of like cliques that they talk to within the local scene, but like at the end of the day, we all like come together and have these tournaments.
Yeah, that's that with locals.
Now, I do have a question for you guys. What do you think makes you guys so good? Do you guys feel like you were like blessed with just like great
Our boys
players?
are naturally talented, bro.
I see.
Yeah. No, they played when they were young. Like I know
Right.
he was playing since like what, grade 9, maybe grade 8.
Mhm.
Grade
Like-
9,
Yeah, like, and he had a clique. Like in Call of Duty Ghost, like he had his high school clique. And they just like they were tearing shit in Ghost, supposedly. That's what he was telling me.
Mhm.
And I believe him. Like he ended up playing with ASIM in World War II for a bit.
Mhm.
Like probably what I remember, like I saw a clip on YouTube, but he was in a lobby with Killa back in Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare or something. So it's like he's definitely had skill. Like everybody starts off average or under average.
Yeah.
I feel like. So there's definitely grinding, but like I don't know, man. Stevie is naturally talented. I know Kush Point was he definitely invested a lot of time into learning
Right.
because he was still a kid. So, but like with the other guys, like from when I've known Figure, he's always been good. From when
Mhm.
I've known D'Angelo, he's always been good. You know, so that's I just took the spotlight from you.
It's okay. And I think coming back to like we just have like a good caliber of players, I think,
Right.
because the local Toronto scene, like we were talking about earlier, there's a lot of people in it, and Humber is like one of the biggest colleges in Toronto, and so a lot of people like just gravitate to Humber. And since we have so many like options of students, like there's always going to be like some people that are in like the competitive COD scene.
No, yeah, it's definitely like, and also college is easier to get into than university.
Mhm.
So I feel like people, I wouldn't say settle for less, but it's like, oh, I like with us now having a COD team, it's easier to get to Humber, and they have a good COD team, and I'm in the local scene and I'm known.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just let me just go to Humber, you know.
Bear Paws asked in the chat if Ultra was coming for publicity or just to pull up for fun.
No, I think it's more for publicity.
It's a mix.
It's
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
mix.
say I think it's
So
both.
They're coming to support us.
like at the end of the day,
Like, at
it
the
is a
end of the day.
weekend,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like they do want to just chill.
Yeah.
Right.
It's-
But they will also have a booth, so that's gonna be the activation side. That's gonna be publicity
I don't
side.
really know like if the booth is gonna pop off, because like they're gonna sell tickets maybe.
Yeah, they're gonna have like
I
codes for pre-sale.
I honestly don't think people are gonna buy it, but it's like, I think I look at it more
Is
like
that Mike picking you up, by the way?
I hope so.
Oh.
Like I think it's more of like we're gonna come to support, and there's just gonna be an activation table on this side.
Move your mic a bit closer.
Oh, am I? Oh, I was talking from the side of it, but it's like it's more. I hope they don't expect a lot from the activations, but I hope they expect something to come out of the showcase. Like I
Right.
know I'm gonna gas it up. I'm gonna gas up the
Yeah.
CCL as well.
I mean,
Mhm.
we didn't market this showcase thing at all, really.
Yeah,
Like,
you know.
was-
So
I mean, this is just to test something, right?
and I mean it's
Yeah.
Look what came out of it. You know?
Right.
So it's really cool. I know if I'm gonna host more, I'm definitely gonna invite more teams from America.
Absolutely.
But like it's probably gonna be like maybe we can consult with Ultra and see if we could do something before we
Yeah.
try to do something on our own and then invite them.
Right.
Because like at the end of the day, it's how we impress them.
Mhm.
You know, like if they're impressed, they might want to do stuff with us. Because I know they asked you guys to go to their facilities.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, so it's they definitely want to do something. They reached out to
Right.
colleges before to sell tickets, so they know we exist.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, like I do have like I'm very optimistic.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and I feel like just college COD in general just gives us like a really good platform to like display our skills to the pros, and like, you know, maybe something can come out of that, but it's
Yeah.
also like you got to see, you know, like
yeah,
it's-
we talked about it in the last podcast where it was like in a perfect world it'd be professional. And Tunes is so hungry now. I hear his stomach grumbling. It's professional and college. In
Right.
a perfect world
Yeah.
at main stage, that would be awesome. But it's like I doubt that's gonna happen. I think
Yeah.
college
I
should
think it's
stay.
gonna happen.
For COD, it's much trickier, but there are other
Yeah.
esports titles that are getting there now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's tough. Like League of Legends, fine. They acknowledge they have their own like college League of Legends, CLOL, like
Yeah.
they support it. other games do as well. I think Overwatch did it.
Activision Blizzard.
Yeah,
covers all theirs.
Activision. So
Sorry, not
so
Activision,
now
but Blizzard.
Activision Blizzard. So now it's Activision Blizzard. Like Tespa's in it. They're part of Blizzard. They're doing all their stuff on MLG. So I could definitely see it happening.
Yeah.
Will it? I don't know. I don't want to shoot like. I don't want to like roast anything, but I don't think Tespa's doing it the right way.
Part of that is also community support. It's how much community is involved in that, and if you're
Yeah.
willing to back them. Like,
Yeah.
if someone runs it wrong, for example, if Tesla's events go poorly,
Mm-hmm.
they won't know it goes poorly if people don't speak up.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like the Tespa varsity might go poorly because it's varsity. You're having people who play on PC and Xbox playing in the league
Mm-hmm.
because they're varsity, not because they're good at COD. So they're
Right.
all going to get beat out at the invitational by CCL teams
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because they're good. They don't have to be varsity to be in the CCL.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Tespa's like, they're encouraging schools to go varsity.
Mm-hmm.
And I like, if I was a club, I would have definitely went to Kevin, who I think may have still been in esports, and I'd be like, Kevin, I want to go varsity. Like Tespa's telling us we can win $25,000 because they're varsity teams.
Yeah.
So I hope it encourages schools to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you can't rely on schools to go varsity in order to build a community.
Yeah.
Because
It's just not there yet.
it's just not there yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I don't know. We'll see by the end of the year because I know a CCL team is winning that money.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was like, if the team wanted to do the varsity league, I definitely would have taken notes and said, this is what you did wrong, this is what you did right,
Yeah.
so they could build. It's just, I just don't have that opportunity because we're not playing in it, which
Mhm.
is fine. It's whatever.
Lofi asked if we're streaming the showcase.
Yeah, we streamed
Yeah.
it. I think we're done. We need to go set up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is
Yeah.
one of
So, David, we're good to. Okay. This has been. I've never done this before. This has been episode 3 of the Hawks Nest podcast.
Let's
We
go.
appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks for RIT for coming.
Thank you guys.
Can't wait to smoke
Yeah,
them on
thanks for having
stream.
us. Oh.
Tune in
Pause.
around 2:00. We might we're gonna stream the showcase, but it might be a little later because of the setups. We'll see. We'll see you guys soon though.